Hi guys, so in today's video, I am going to try to put the Griffin collapsible birdcage dies in a card as a pop-up, okay? So I don't think it's going to be hard to do. If it's still available, I'll have links in the description box, well, just for any of the items I used in general. Those will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. And yeah, the description box is right under the video. You can click on the title, it'll expand or show more, or like a little triangle, whatever it is to open that up, and they're there because I do get that question often. This is the thing. So when it's flat like this, and I'm going to use probably a 5x7 card, and then we'll use maybe some of the new dies that I've recently picked up, some Anna dies. But for right now, I'm just going to show you like whatever card I have here. Oh, is it 5x7? Do I have a 5x7 card? Oh, cool. I don't know how that happened. I always have a stack of Spellbinders cards next to me. This one was there. Is if you think about it, you have to put it in here. And for this to pop up, and I'm just pushing on it right now because obviously it's not holding onto the card, these areas need to be glued down, right? And I'm not going to mess with it. Actually, if I wanted to, I can probably just take the decoration off this and just stick it in there and it would be the same thing. But I'm going to go ahead and cut the pieces again because we already did a whole video. I thought it was quick, and then when I went to edit it, I was like, oh, that's half an hour. I didn't realize it was as long as it was. But we're going to make it so that we have to glue this panel to our card. And I think to make it the easiest, I'm not going to glue the whole panel, I'm just going to glue these areas, but these little things have to glue in a way that we're going to have to bend them, and hopefully it'll still open, okay? Now, if you use probably dimensional adhesive, maybe you get the flex you need, but I doubt it. I think you really need to glue it in there. So, what I'm going to do is cut these pieces again. So, one of each of the top pieces, one of each of the base pieces, and then two each of these side pieces. And I'm just going to use some heavyweight paper today because I don't really care about the front and back, but just know that when she asks you to cut one of each piece, if you have like gold paper that has a white backing, you know how that happens, that white side is going to show on some parts of this. If you want to cut two of each, like I mentioned in the last video, cut two of each, glue them together back to back. It'll look nice on both sides. It generally works. You don't want to use like the heaviest paper for that because it might start not being able to get into the tabs, right? They still have to be able to, the thicknesses. So you got to kind of think about that. But so I'm just going to use a regular colored paper that's the same on both sides. I'm going to get that cut, and then we'll go from there, okay? So I'll be right back. As I cut these pieces, guys, I just want you to know that all these pieces fit pretty much on a standard A2 size paper. So if you just if you're curious about that, I don't think I talked about that in the other video. Also, only two of these panels are really fully going to show, so I'm only going to emboss, like make sure they're embossed on one of each of these, because you need four, right? You need two and two. I'm only going to emboss one and one of them because it's not going to be visible anyway. The other two, they're going to be tucked in. So I'm just going to make sure two of them are really rolled through. And actually, I'm probably going to pop them through just like this. Just tape them down. And I'll go from there. Alright guys, I'll be back. Just kind of showing you how I run it through, and I ran them through pretty much all at the same time. I mean, we just needed two more sides, and then those two sides I didn't run back through with the embossing because, again, they're not going to be super showing. If you're using like the marquee, to get embossing all in one pass, I put my piece of craft foam, like kids fun foam stuff you find at Walmart, Dollar Tree sometimes. Put your paper, then put your die, run it through, and that foam pushes it up. Sometimes people run through like two pieces of paper. If they're heavyweight, it's still, and then the die, and that'll still give you some pressure. But I think the foam works the best because it collapses, right? It's like foam, and then it'll give you a really nice impression. And you can keep reusing it. Just because it cuts through doesn't mean you have to not use it again. You can run it right back through with the next set or whatever you're cutting. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure these two pieces that have nothing pretty going on are gonna be in the back. These are what's gonna be stuck inside the card at the base, and then these two will be what pops up in the front. So again, you know, we're just gonna put these guys together. So these pretty guys, they had the little notches, and I already went through all of this like in great detail in my last video, so I'm not gonna do that again this time. But as you can see, this paper is pretty thin. This is just Recollections cheap kind of paper, and I like to kind of flex it just to get that bend out. See, now it's a little bit better, and then you can just keep going around. And the instructions, I mean, you can just keep going from one to the next. And the instructions, she says to put two together and then put the other two. So however you want to do it, I mean, it's basically the same thing. I'm just doing it a little bit different. What I do like about this die set, there's no up and down. Oh yeah, you can even make like a kind of weird gate. There's no top and bottom to this. It's symmetrical, right? So however it ends up going is fine. And then the last one. So again, I'm making sure I have two of the nice ones that I embossed sticking together, and the rest can just be plain. It's in the back. And then we're going to make some choices after we put this together as far as, and now that we have that, actually this is kind of easier than what she was saying before. It does take a lot of the flex out already. That little tension you might get, that makes it a little bit harder. I'll put that in here. That quick. That's what I'm saying, that last video, I don't know, I was like, why is it half an hour long? There was literally nothing going on. So this is what's going to be stuck on the inside of the card. This is the pretty side that has the embossing that'll be facing out. Then we have to put this guy together still. Now, honestly, if it's in the card, you probably don't even need this, the braces, but we'll still use them anyway, okay? So again, I didn't even bother to emboss these because most of it's on the inside that you don't even see. So I'm just putting those two together. And again, up and down doesn't quite matter, whatever it is. All these little notches we're going to slide in. So yeah, I was trying to think, I don't even know that you need this guard in there, but it might help you add birds on the inside or whatever you want to put to the inside. I would add it, stick it to this guard piece. Kind of helps you with a little bit of what you need there. And again, this is the last piece. I'm gonna have to flex this to get this guy in here. There we go. And I give it, again, a little squishy just to get it kind of popped in there real nice. And then again, if you're gonna add things in, maybe you add them first. But since this is the first time I'm doing this, I don't know how to get it into the card. I'm just gonna be careful. So this is embossed. And this is our pretty side. So I'm just gonna make sure I have pretty things facing the pretty side. They're embossed all around anyway. There. And in here. And before that moves, I'm going to pop that in there. Okay. I was going to say, that's how quick it is, but this one isn't going in for me. Hold on. That one did. This guy is being a little tricky. There we go. Okay, making sure everything's tucked. And so this will be the pretty side that's facing when the card is closed, when it opens up. And that's all I'm going to decorate. Now you can pop some other things, but we'll see. So, this is the thing. I think I'm going to use the paper from that Positive Vibes, Positive Thoughts, sorry, card blanks that are paper pack I just recently picked up. So if this guy was in here like this, and I'm going to leave it completely like that. So if when you use flexes, you see how this tab is touching that wall? All of those things need to be flattened out, okay? Now it looks like you could leave it in there if you did something funky. I don't know what it would be, but everything that is touching in here needs to be flattened out. So I'm going to think about that because that means this also needs to be flattened. Or, yeah, no, for sure. Okay, so let me think about how I do it. These tabs, we can fold them back away and it'll kind of push it in, but I kind of like it just being completely out as far as it is. I'm just thinking out loud, guys. So don't mind me. Hold on. What I'm saying is we can stick these tabs down. That's fine. And then those guys need to be flat like the way they are, and then these guys flat. And then when you pull the card open, let me see what that looks like. Yeah, okay. We might just be able to do this in one fell swoop. Let me get some some paper that I'm going to line on the inside of this, and I'll be right back. Oh my gosh, you guys. I mean, I opened the paper pack. This is the first paper I saw, and I was like, this is perfect. Actually, this paper is perfect in many different ways. This is some really thick stuff, too, so we're definitely going to cut it down the center. I'm not going to just, I mean, this would be really pretty if it was coming out this way so the whole bottom is lined, or this way so that the back is green, you know, the background of it. Oh, wow, you guys. That's a tough one. Okay, so if this is 5 by 7, I need pieces of paper to go and mat inside here that are 6 7/8 tall by 5 by 4 and 15/16 wide. I know that sounds weird because I'm accounting for that. I'm taking a 1/16 of an inch off the top and off the bottom with the 1/8. But this one, I only need the 1/16 taken off the side because we're going to butt it up to the very inside here, the score mark. So 6 7/8 inch tall, 2 of them, by 4 and 15/16. And I'll be right back. Okay guys, as far as the inside of the card, I did what I said. I cut them to 6 7/8 inches tall by 4 and 15/16. And then, you know, this score line is so thick and like bumpy, it kind of pushes this out. So I took the littlest amount. I just want to show you off of the width, like the smallest amount, just to make it look matted nicely, I guess. And this paper came right off the other one, so the flower just continues. And this is kind of how I do with pop-ups anyway. Whenever I have paper in the center or a pop-up, I cut it if need be. I know like Anna's pop-ups a lot of times are like that, where she just kind of has it go all the way glued into the center. But like the diamond press ones are done in a really smart way where they're already split for you, so it just works and it flexes open really nicely, completely. But okay, we're making this up on our own, so we will see how this goes. And I'm just going to glue this side in on the opposite side of, obviously, of the score line. As close as I can get it to there. I could get this one a little bit closer. And I will be right back. Okay, guys, I mean, look at this. Oh, and then it's going to hold on to that side, and it's going to open up like this. That is really pretty. Now, again, this is the thing. And we can do this in a way that I don't even care. I'm just going to put glue here and put glue here, because exactly the way it is right now is what we want, because when it pulls it open, that guy's going to be stuck down. But I am going to give it a flex. So when you open it like this, basically this is going to get stuck that way. I don't know if you see what I'm doing. This tab is going to be bent that way. And that's fine. And so basically they all are. Like this one is also going to be bent that way, and that's the only thing. That one piece that goes up this way is also going to be bent, so I'm just bending it on purpose right now. Hope you can see that. And then this last bit, we can tuck it away or just leave it. This last piece back here, I'm just going to leave them open like this the way they are, but you can also bend them in this direction, bend that one back. But I think I'm going to leave it alone, because when it opens up like this, it just gives it that little space in the back. You see that? So hopefully that works. We'll see. I might change my mind. But for now, that's that. This needs to get bent a little bit. This one needs to get bent a little bit. I'm just kind of training it right now for those guys to go back like that. And that means we're going to do the opposite on this side. Hold on. That goes there. So we're going to skip our pretty panels and do the same kind of flexing back here. Well, this guy's going to get flexed back. This one, does it go back or forward? It doesn't really matter. I guess we'll go back since we've been doing that. You can also glue it forward, is what I'm trying to say. This tab here is going to go bent back. And this tab, let's think. Yeah, let's just bend them all back since that's what we're doing. Yeah, it'll look prettier that way. Back. And that piece. So I'm going to make sure that whole piece gets glued. Hope that makes sense. This whole piece that gets back. And then again, I said I was going to leave those tabs open, and I think that'll work. Let me see. It'll be something like this. Let me see how close I can get them. If I need those tabs to just stay. Should we bend them back too? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and bend them back. It does look prettier, but I think for this to work, we're going to bend these back. And I'll show you again what I did. Let's see how that looks. So if those are stuck down, yeah, that just makes it easier. Okay, so these are our two front areas that are pretty. It's facing us. All I did was bend back this tab, the one on here, bend that one back, bent these two forward, bent these two forward, back, back. Same thing on this side. We skipped the whole front pretty side. We're going back here, back, 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 and then since we pinched those ones forward, okay? So what I'm also going to do right now, just to keep them, that one's already pretty much staying. I'm just going to put a little glue under these little tabs just to keep them down. It's probably enough just to glue them down when we go to glue, but I just want to make sure. Like that one kind of moved a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to put some glue under the tabs this side that we messed with. I hope this is not confusing, guys. Honestly, if you just put glue and stuck it down, it would do the same, so don't get confused. You would just have to train it. And the reason I used just regular paper is because I was going to bring out pearlescent paper, purple pearlescent, and I thought it would be really pretty, and it would, but it would also take forever to stick because the 2 pages, the papers are shiny, and we do not want that. So we're now, again, we're just working on this back piece that we created. Honestly, you can just put it down and kind of stick them. So again, just the tabs that we're messing with on this back side. I don't think I put glue under there, or at least not enough. Okay, and then here, just on those tabs that we just manipulated. Guys, this is gonna work. Just a little tweaking. And like I said, you can probably pop the whole thing in there and not even have an issue. Okay, again, I'm not doing anything with the front side that's pretty, that's embossed. We're not messing with that at all. Not even the tabs that come from there. We're not doing anything. Okay, and so if you have an idea, it's going to be in here like this. And then when it pops open, this is all going to open up with it, just like that. And that's why we had to bend back this piece. Now, if you want to cut it, just cut it off, you can. But I think it'll help with the stability anyway, so I'm going to definitely just place it. Now, we're going to put our glue. It's up to you. Do you want to put glue just from here back, or do you want this whole piece to stick down? I don't think it's going to bother anything if we glue down the whole piece. So I'm going to go from here. I'm going to put glue on this. Okay, all across here. I'm not going to really glue down. You can glue down these slats or like this little circle too if you want. You know, put a little extra glue there. I'm just going to leave it alone. And then basically right here, that piece that we bent back. Okay, that's it for that one. I'm going to place this where I want it, which is about here. Right inside here. Let me try to see. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so that's already sticking. And then on here, we're doing the same thing. The little circle of glue that we did on that area. All the way here, all the way over here. Up that little piece of tab that we need to glue down. And then down here, we're just, again, going across this whole bottom part and on that whole circle. And I'm just going to hold this down, guys, and with any luck, this is going to work. So I will be right back. One other area you can glue if you wanted, I guess, is just at the very edge of the slat right over there, but again, that little spindly first part, the little circle, is kind of large, and I think it'll help us hold it down. Really, this is the area I need to make sure. We could probably even take a quick peek. Now I'll be patient. Okay, I'll be right back. Put something on top of this. And okay, moment of truth. Moment of truth. You guys. And I bet you a lot of you guys think this is probably a better use of this little guy. So let's see how big we can flex this. I don't want to go too far, but it should, in theory, be able to go pretty flat. Now, this is the only concern is this part because it's different from the rest, but let's see. Oh, I don't want it. It's a little bit wet, guys. Hold on. Just because it's crinkling, like it's scaring me, but basically it's these things are kind of falling into place, right? I mean, I think you can open it completely flat. Again, it's pretty wet right now, so I don't want to mess with it too much, but look at that! What you hear moving is this, you know? Okay, I think this is even a, like, I love having this freestanding, and that's awesome, but this is very pretty. And again, I had mentioned in the first video that I would just put this in here like an extra gift, you know, just put it inside a 5x7 card and then obviously do your card the way you normally would. But this is very cute. Now, I also left this open because, like, let's say you want to do some little sprigs and pretty things, like these little curly Q things. Actually, I still have some sitting out from the other. You can still take things like this, you know. I'm not going to do it, but of course I will. This is from the bouquet pop-up. And then let's say you want to tuck that in there, and now you can do those kinds of things, and it's not really stuck down, right? Whatever it is that you want to do. Oh, that actually looks very pretty. I guess it depends on what I'm doing. I can stick it. Actually, I can't put it back up in here. If you want to put something back up in there, think about it and pop it in there. Actually, you can put it in front. This is too big, obviously, for this. But if you still want to put something in there, you can put it in the front of those bars, right? Just like you can still pop in a little something at the bottom there if you wanted. But I would have, if you're going to put something inside, like we did here, do that before you glue everything down, just so that you don't have to mess with it later. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to cut some pretty paper for the front of this, and then I was going to use those new Baroque dies from Griffin, and etc., etc. So let me grab some things to finish this up, and I'll be right back. If I want to be tight with my paper, I was just looking like, this is the piece that was cut off, because I did cut it at 6 7/8 inches long, which if you guys know 12-inch paper, you can cut it up all kinds of ways for 5x7s, like really in a smart way to get 4 5x7s off of it. So this piece of paper is actually still big enough for me to cut down and put it on here. I'm just like, is that too much purple? Does it come from this side? Should it come from this side? You know, the flowers. Should I just cut another piece of paper? Now there's also this side. That's just the green, which is kind of weird. But I'll think about it, and then I'll be right back. Well, man, I just woke up. So I just cut this down to 6 7/8 by 4 7/8. And I'm going to do it this way because the flowers look like they're facing up, you know, in my opinion. I don't know. Well, maybe I kind of want them on the left. I just feel like they frame out. You know, I'm going to do it this way. Even though the flowers, but then again, you know, I go outside my garden, my flowers aren't all just facing one direction, and some do look like they're like this or like that or whatever, so it's fine. What's blooming now in my garden, should I say, because it is just coming out of winter, of course. Okay. Alright, I will be back. So far this is what we have. That's crazy. Alright, I'll be back. This might be weird. I was looking through all my papers and I'm like, why do I have such big stacks of paper like in my little scrap papers? And a lot of it was this pearlescent paper, so I just pulled it all out, which is a whole other mess for another day because now I gotta clean up all the little bits that were sitting on top of it. I don't know why this is in my scrap pile. So I'm gonna put this somewhere else. But I did find these in the same paper, so I was like, even though this is more like that violet kind of a weird background, I feel like maybe I should add it. So what I'm gonna do, let's say violet. You know what I'm saying, where some have more of like a red undertone or whatever. I'm going to use the new Baroque dies. This is an auto ship. I don't know if it's still on auto ship right now, but I think the only way they offered it was auto ship, so maybe. You can use these as impression dies if you want to ink these up. You know, they definitely have that ability, just like any other die. I've done that before with like Spellbinders dies that aren't impression dies. Just any die that has a lot of embossing on it, you can put ink on it if you wanted. But anyway, I think what I'm going to do is cut this one with this outer one. See how it looks. If it doesn't look good, we'll just switch it out for something else. And then this one, of course, this gorgeous one from this purple pearlescent paper. And I'll be right back. Look at this. I didn't even tape it down. I just ran it through right quick, knowing that the impression will probably be there without having to run it through with the rubber embossing mat. And look at that. So pretty. And of course this runs through real easy. Those are not the same way. See, I thought it was going to be nice. Just a little something in the background, even though it's a different hue of that purple, you know, or tone, value, whatever they call it. Yeah, okay. Let me grab some other things. You know, made some selections. The kids are up, so I'm just... And these flowers aren't exactly the same purple either. It just has some purple in them and pink. This is from the hydrangea set, only because, yeah, this would match probably better, but I like these roses for it. So, it's what you want, you know? Again, I'm just using all kinds of different colors. So, I'm going to do something like that. And then the sentiment comes from the mini birthday stickers and sentiments. I don't even know if these things are still available, but I'm going to do something like that. So I'm just going to glue these two together. And I'm going to keep it flat. Again, we have that whole pop-up on the inside. So I am just going to put a little glue here. Glue this one to that other layer. And then this Baroque set does have, obviously, another smaller die kind of set that you can put in here, but I'm not gonna. So again, you can definitely Anna it out. I'm doing a little flatter. A little bit flatter, and then we gotta decorate the inside. So let me just get this going. And a little more there. Oh, and you can put this thing either way. It can go this way, it can go this way, however you like. I don't know why. I feel like the skinnier part of it, this looks skinnier, this top part, faces up in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. And I'm looking at how far I'm keeping it from the top and the bottom. It's like a 1/4 inch or so from the top and bottom. And then here. And then the next thing I'm going to put down is this. And it should be a sticker. And then I'm going to tuck the little flowers in here and there above that. I know it's sideways, but I just want to make sure it's still straight. That makes sense. The sticker, the oval, obviously we want it to be straight, but the words go that way. And it's also crooked on here. Have you seen that? That's what happened the other day when I used another Anna Griffin sentiment. I'm just going to leave it, but normally I'd pick that off and straighten it. Okay, and these should also be stickers. And again, I'm just going to kind of be playful with them so that they're kind of tucked into the little happy birthday. Tucked into here. I'm not going to stick it down quite yet because I'm not sure exactly where I'm putting that. That one's there, this one's here. Something like that. Okay. Something like that. Okay. I'm not sticking it down quite yet. And then on the inside we're just going to add some more little stickers or whatever we have. Butterflies. Just going to pull a bunch of stuff out from wherever. Oh, the Flourishes impressions are back in stock, or at least they were. And I absolutely love those. The reason this looks funky is because I didn't use the opposite one. This is the opposite one. I don't know if you can see, they're opposite each other. And so if I have this one here, if I use the funky one, or the opposite one, it's, you know, if I put it the same way, the green's over there. I just wanted the green to be opposite, and that's why this one doesn't look exactly the same, the way it's tucked in, you know? Okay, we're gonna commit. So that is the outside with the high birthday and that sideways high, I don't know. It's interesting. Okay, and then we open it up. Again, our little birdhouse on the inside. So what are we going to do? I did like the look of that flourish just coming out of back here, so I'll probably do that. Maybe I'll have another one coming out of here. Do we have one going the other direction that's small from the same set so I don't have to go look for anything? I don't know that will come out of there looking good. It would have to be like this one. Let's see, or these are going opposite directions, right? Yeah. Let me pop one of these out and see what else I have for the inside. I'll be back. I did get a little, this thing from the birds and butterflies collection, but she has other things like that nest in a different collection. I can't remember. I think it was her pheasants or something. It's another bird collection I've already had that has some similar things. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and stick these guys down, and I switched out to these so that we have one and the other, and this one was easier to tuck in here, which is what I'm going to do, just to get some movement up top here somewhere. So I'm going to glue that like in there. So again, I'm just going to put glue on the back of this and glue this one down, glue the other one down, and then we'll move on to actually putting stuff on the inside. And again, I'm just going to slide this behind here. You know, just a little something. Okay, and this guy, he's already kind of there. I'll probably just put some glue on the back and leave him right there. Okay, I have those stuck down, and I'll probably put one of these little bees on the outside. Again, this is from the pop-up, just to bring some of that gold more to the front. Okay, and then I picked out this little guy. Now, I can shove him through here, which is what I'm going to do. You can also, and I just put him through the little crack there, you can bring it through a different way, however you want, but I think right there where he is perfect. So since I didn't plan on this, that's why I'm doing it in a little bit of a tricky way, guys, but if you knew that this is what you wanted to do, then you could have planned for that from the beginning. I'm just putting a little glue on the stem, or whatever that is, yeah, the branch, I guess, just to kind of see where he's at. Oh, that is so cute. And I even like the way it sticks out of this little hole. The only thing is we gotta make sure it's going to stick out of the hole and not get caught. Okay, that is perfect. So we have a little nest in there. Aw, and he's only being held up by that little glue that we put there, guys, so just know that. And then, let's see. I know this set has little flowers like these guys. So I think I'm gonna put this one here. And then when it closes, let's see how far it sticks out. Okay. So if I put that there, I need to put it more like this way. This is a sticker, but at the same time, I don't know how much glue will actually be needed. So I'm gonna put glue on this. Then glue this guy to here. I'm gonna close it. See how it's kind of sticking out there? I'm gonna push until I know it clears it. And then when it opens, it should be okay. So there he is. It's a lot of flowers. Maybe I'm gonna bring it down a little bit more because I do want, obviously, the little eggs to be noticeable, the little nest there. You also see it from the side over here. Push, push, push. Nope, it needs to go this way. A little more. Like that. Okay, just trying to see how much it needs to stand up to be out of the way to see the eggs and not be sticking out here. Good thing my glue hasn't really set up yet. That's good. Again, maybe I'll bring it down even some. Ah, now my glue's setting up. Hold on. Come on down. Come on down. There we go. Okay. That's the only part that takes a little while, is kind of figuring out, and especially because I want to see the little nest back there. Little flower sticking out. And then on this side, I mean, do you want to add something else? Oh, maybe just a little something simple. You know what? No, I don't want to use that one. Let me get a different butterfly. I'm going to put this little bee like out here somewhere. Maybe I'll put them both. I don't know. But I'm going to get something else for this inside over here. Okay. I think I'm going to use a butterfly. Try out some different things. And I'm just going to put this guy here. So, put some glue there and there. That's a little too much for there. Let's put it up here. And this guy, he's got like blues. The purple butterfly she had was attached to like a bunch of leaves and it wouldn't work here. But he kind of echoes what's going on in the background with like blues and greens and things, like the beigey color. But I think that's really fun. I mean, look at that. And then again, you can add a signature card, or you can put your message wherever you want. There's still room for that. So let me make sure we're good. Everything opens and closes. You guys, this is quite lovely. And again, you can choose whichever quadrant you want to stick your little branch or whatever you're putting inside in that makes it work the best for you. Oh my gosh, how cute. So hope that was fun for you guys. Just another way of using this set. Again, I was thinking about adding these guys in, but maybe I won't. If I do, I'll just glue them down. All right, there it is. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Playing with some Anna Griffin items, mixing it up with some Crafters Companion paper, and then whatever else I have in my stash. Bringing in purples and all these different crazy kind of colors that you wouldn't even think. I mean, look at that. It all works. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Bye now.